that's a knockout. Hey, just a
This match, if you can call it that, I would call this a blood feud. A fight for the ages is officially underway. Rolando and Marcus are trading shots immediately right out of the gate.
I couldn't even get out of the ring, Rob. It is main event time, and this match has quickly gotten personal between these two athletes. Of course, we all know how Marcus Dillon has treated Soraya Saber over these last few months. And it's been Miami Ice Rolando Perez who's really come to her aid, has really offered to bring her to the light. And we saw at any given Saturday exactly what happened. Marcus Dillon had a plan, wanted to bring Soraya Saber in with a steel chair to put away Rolando Perez. Hold on real quick. Suicide dive, no, drop kick. Of course, blame Soraya Saber for that loss to Rolando Perez at any given Saturday in Heflin, Alabama. And he laid waste to Soraya Saber, thus bringing Rolando Perez to issue this challenge here for the first ever ambulance match, Rob.
It is the first ever ambulance match in New South. And honestly, if you look at the history of ambulance matches, there haven't been that many, and there are several reasons for that. This match can get brutal fast.
This is where it's going to get really dangerous, folks, as the fans here in Florence, Alabama, rising to their feet.
These two are making their way to the back in a hurry. Miami Ice with that chair, laying in those shots to Marcus Dillon. Rolando up on the bar now.
From the bar!
Unbelievable!
Rolling senton to Marcus Dillon.
That's how you do it!
It is insanity here at the Singing River Brewery.
We're going to try our best to keep up with the action, ladies and gentlemen, but as these men make their way to the ambulance, all of the New South faithful are following them in tow. They want to see who is going to get shoved in the back of that ambulance and sent to the nearest medical facility.
And this is history that we're witnessing right now, folks. First ever in New South history ambulance match, as we're trying to get ourselves in a better position here.
Making their way slowly back into the building, it looks. Two men just beating the hell out of each other tonight. Marcus Dillon with that chair in tow makes his way back over towards ringside.
Marcus Dillon doing his best to create distance. You stay away from that ambulance, you can't be thrown in, Rob.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you want to win the match, you got to throw the other guy in the ambulance.
Hey, bud, I'm right there with you. I get it. Just like that, this has become basically like Fight Club here in Florence, Alabama.
It's absolutely, as he gets sent into these steps placed beside our hard camera. Rolando absolutely laid out.
Well, hit the counter, Rob. It's another one. How many times are we going to hear this chant tonight?
I don't know what we're up at right now, but it's more than one hand, I can promise you that, which is higher than I can count.
We're just simple musicians turned into broadcasters, Rob.
Yeah, I can count to 4. That's about it.
Now Marcus Dillon, Uranagi to the apron.
Just driving all of the air out of the lungs of Rolando Perez with that shot. That apron is so stiff. It's the worst place to get slammed on anywhere in the ring.
And I'm sure you've all seen the Facebook post. You know exactly. This ring is made of steel and wood. Not exactly the most forgiving surface to land on.
Not whatsoever. Now, obviously, the ring is pretty big, so whenever you get closer to the center, yes, there might be a little bit of give, but on the edge, there ain't no give whatsoever.
Absolutely not. Where it's the most sturdy. As Marcus Dillon with the chair. Oh, my God.
Right to the back. That possibly now injured back of Rolando Perez.
Notice who is conspicuous by her absence, Rob. Soraya Saber.
Soraya Saber, nowhere to be
found.
found. I haven't seen her in the back all day. I don't know if you know something I don't know, but
I think wisely staying away from the action here. This heated action between Marcus Dillon and Rolando Perez.
I mean, hell, if Marcus Dillon did to me what he did to Soraya, I'd be staying away too. Drops the leg onto Rolando as he was draped across that middle rope. Marcus Dillon now with a handful of hair.
6'1", what?
He's not. No, he's not. Yep. It was all a ruse, ladies and gentlemen. You know better than to trust the investment.
I could have told you that.
Big jawbreaker there from Perez, trying to get back in this.
Oh, misses the spinning back fist.
Oh, and gets out of the way of that big flying back elbow from Perez, and then folds him in half with that huge lariat.
Both men wiped out.
Now, this is going to be a very telling moment in this match, as we're seeing both of these men absolutely exhausted. They've been beating the hell out of each other so far, but you got to have enough energy to take your opponent all the way to the other end of this room and throw him in the back of that ambulance. So you got to save something for the reserves.
Connects with a big body slam.
Right on that chair, too, that already worked over back of Rolando Perez, taking even more damage.
And you see Marcus Dillon, the focus as he cuts Rolando Perez in half with that spear.
Massive spear from the investment.
Look at the intensity on the face of Marcus Dillon right now.
He thinks he's got this in the bag. Rolando Perez has got a lot of heart. No one will ever take that away from him, but Marcus Dillon just might be a little too much for Miami Ice tonight. Clothesline sent Rolando reeling to the opposite side of the ring.
At this point, I'm not sure where. At this point, I'm not sure Rolando knows where he is.
Hell, I hardly know where we are at this point.
I just know I'm surrounded by a lot of loud people, Rob.
The fans
It's
here
scary.
in New South are as erratic as ever.
You gotta love these brewery shows.
They're thirsty for beer and they're thirsty for blood, and they've been full of one all night. Let's see how much of the other one they're going to get.
This crowd is absolutely rowdy here. The beautiful Singing River Brewery in Florence, Alabama. Here witnessing history for the first ever ambulance match in New South Pro Wrestling history. One of the few ever in independent wrestling history, as Rolando Perez fights out of the snake eyes. And now that missile headbutt.
And if you think we've hammered that point home quite a lot tonight about this being the first New South ambulance match, well, there's a reason for that. This is a huge deal. This is a very, very dangerous match. This is not something that you pull out just for any old garden variety feud. These two want to kill each other, Carm.
And again, this is not a matter of pinfall or submission. In order to win this match, you have to place your opponent inside the ambulance, positioned behind us, close the doors, and at which point that ambulance will drive away.
Beautiful German suplex there from Miami Ice, and he's on fire.
Perez finally hitting that second gear after having his back targeted so much in this match.
Says a lot about the ability of Rolando Perez to be able to hit multiple German suplexes on the much bigger investment.
It absolutely
Marcus
does,
Dillon.
and a third one. You got to wonder how much that's taken out of Perez after all that damage done to the lower back.
Perez is on fire, looking to capitalize now.
Charges in, connects with that running uppercut. As Marcus Dillon is just about out of it. Perez connects with a cannonball.
Dillon now slowly rolling out of the ring, and Perez sends him the rest of the way.
And notice, typically in a match like this, you roll to the outside, you're creating distance from your opponent. You're getting away, but by rolling to the outside, and you hear the roar of the crowd, by rolling to the outside, you are putting yourself closer to this ambulance that's behind us. And here we go, battling back again around the bar.
This match has been absolutely unreal, Carmen. This will not end until one of these men are incapacitated enough to be thrown directly into that ambulance right there at the back of the building.
Marcus Dillon and Rolando Perez brawling behind the bar here at Singing River Brewery. The people here in Florence, Alabama are absolutely witnessing history.
Not just history for New South, not just history for the state of Alabama, but history for professional wrestling as a whole. And we are all witnessing
power bomb! A power bomb onto the bar top!
There's no way Rolando's going to be able to recover from that.
And again, that lower back that has been targeted all throughout the night.
I concur.
As if that maneuver does not hurt enough on its own. And now, hold on, Marcus Dillon now opening the ambulance doors for the first time.
This just might be it, folks. The Florence Medical Center, just a couple of minutes down the road.
We can say hospital. We can say hospital here.
Well, it says medical center on the sign. I was just reading what I saw. But the second one of these men gets put into that ambulance, that's exactly where they're going. And it looks like Rolando's going in right now. This just might be it, Carm.
Again, it is very important. In order to win the match, you must close the doors. And right now, Dillon is halfway. No! Rolando Perez kicking the door open, keeping hopes alive in the meantime. But again, that lower back, Rob.
That's enough to take anybody out. And then, I mean, obviously, let's point out the elephant in the room. Rolando, a much smaller competitor. Those attacks to the back take even more out of him.
Look at this. Look at the crowd formed around the front doors here. Look at all the cell phones in the air. Everyone here knows that they are witnessing history. For the first time in the state of Alabama, first time at New South Pro Wrestling, an ambulance match taking place. You hear them coming alive.
Are we going in the back?
Oh my God! Rolando Perez from the top of the ambulance! You've got to be freaking kidding me!
What the hell?
It hit the counter again. That's like the 7th or 8th chant tonight.
Absolutely well deserved on behalf of Miami Ice right there. No quit in Rolando Perez. That's for damn sure.
And folks, if you like what you were seeing, please be sure to tweet along #BangerThings. Like the video, subscribe. You were witnessing one of the most damnedest things I've ever seen in my life.
And if you want to know why New South Professional Wrestling is the #best in the South, you're seeing right now.
We are proving it each and every time. And it's for reasons like this, as Rolando Perez making his way back in.
Perez looking for a steel chair under the ring.
Perez making his way back.
This is for Saraya!
For Saraya. Oh!
Huge chair shot there from Rolando.
But now Marcus with a chair.
Oh, no. I'm not even going to bother counting at this point.
We've got to get some distance here.
This is pure chaos, ladies and gentlemen.
We got to back these fans up. At this point, with weapons flying around, it is getting a little too dangerous.
This is unprecedented.
This is personal, huh? I'll show you how personal it is.
Wait, no. With the chair positioned around the neck, Rob.
Don't do this. Marcus, please. I'll beg you at this point. Don't do this. You might kill the guy.
Wait, Saraya Saber. Saraya Saber coming to the aid of Rolando.
I can't believe she's here.
And for Marcus Dillon, it's not about love. This is his biggest investor, Saraya Saber. Wiping out Saraya Saber here. Meanwhile,
Despicable.
behind him, Rolando Perez with a chair. Marcus
Oh
Dillon
my God.
just about had his head clean taken off.
Unreal. Marcus Dillon brutally struck with that steel chair from Rolando.
Calling for the biggest boot. Call him whatever name you want, the face of the NWA, Billy Corgan's favorite wrestler right now. You can call him
That's it.
a winner because Rolando Perez just made history.
Carmen, please don't get me fired for this, but I'm gonna add one to the counter. Holy shit.
Folks, that is going to do it for us here tonight for Banger Things. Please be sure to hit like and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. On behalf of myself, Carmen, Michael, and Rob Weathers, we at New South want to say thank you for supporting the best in the South.